Hello, friends. Happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, March 11th. Did you notice that to click on the morning message, you had to click on a picture of Mae Jemison? And I was having some issues this morning with technology, so I thought it would be better to, instead of just waiting to try to fix it, I decided that we're going to have Mae Jemison be the face of our morning message. Do you want to know who she is? Well, if you take a look at our fact of the day, it says that Mae Jemison is an American astronaut and physician who, on June 4th, 1987, became the first African American woman to be admitted into NASA's astronaut training program. On September 12, 1992, Jemison finally flew into space with 6 other astronauts aboard the Endeavour on mission STS-47, becoming the first African-American woman in space. That is a very powerful thing, and just one more amazing woman to celebrate this week for Women's History Month. So after I share the agenda with you guys, then you're going to watch a short video about her, okay? All right, let's take a look at our agenda today. We have phonemic awareness. We are on day 4 of our phonics unit, learning words with the ear sound. In math today, you're going to continue measuring, but instead of using cubes, connecting cubes, today you're going to be measuring with paper clips. So that's pretty cool. And reading today, you are going to be finishing what you started yesterday when you filled out your organizer for how things that William felt, saw, and heard when his windmill started to work, and how he was feeling, what his feelings were, his emotions when that happened. So today you're actually going to write your paragraph. You're not going to insert a picture of your organizer. You have to write sentences, complete sentences, and that's what you will insert a picture of. Then in science and social studies, you're going to continuing the theme of Women's History Month. Miss Jimenez has done a really nice lesson about inspiring young women. And there's a couple young women in there that have done amazing things, and they're not even, and they're still just, they were just kids when they did it. And then for specials today, we have music. So please, please, please do not forget, I've been sending lots of private messages when I've been grading. So please make sure you're checking your email every morning to make sure that if you have something that you need to redo and resubmit for your assignments, and you'll know that if I have made a private comment about it. Now, if I just return it, it's just so that you can see your grade. But if I return it and leave a private message, it will tell you some instructions of what to do, okay? All right, friends, I hope you have a really, really good day, and I will talk to you soon.
Throughout Mae Jemison's life, excelling in one area has never been enough. Sure, we know her as the first African-American woman in space, but there's so much more that makes Jemison extraordinary. Mae grew up in Chicago, where like most kids, she dreamed of being a fashion designer, archaeologist, or astronaut. She decided at an early age she would go to space. Astronauts back then were exclusively white and male, but those aboard the USS Enterprise on Star Trek were different, particularly Lieutenant Uhura, and that allowed young Mae to see someone that looked like her in space. Even as a kid, she was extraordinary. She graduated high school at 16 and went to Stanford. She double majored in chemical engineering and African and Afro-American studies. During her junior year, she had to decide if she should be a doctor or a professional dancer, which were both legitimate options for her. She chose medical school and even worked in a Cambodian refugee camp in Thailand. And she didn't just become a doctor. In 1983, she became the Area Peace Corps Medical Officer for Sierra Leone and Liberia in West Africa. She managed all the healthcare for the Peace Corps, wrote manuals for self-care, researched rabies with the CDC, and was in charge of medical care for the U.S. Embassy. And she was 27. After 2 years there, she returned to America and began working as a general practitioner in Los Angeles and took graduate-level engineering classes at the same time. And even then, she was still like, I could do more. So she applied to become an astronaut in 1985 and wasn't deterred when the Challenger exploded the next year. She reapplied and was selected out of 2,000 applicants to train to be an astronaut.
And liftoff of Space Shuttle Endeavour.
September 12, 1992, Jemison made history when she took off aboard the Endeavour for 8 days in space. As a science mission specialist, her job was to conduct experiments on the crew on motion sickness and bone cells. After her big dream was realized, Jemison decided to take it easy as an environmental studies professor at Dartmouth College, starting an educational nonprofit, a science camp, and serving as principal for 100 Year Starship, an initiative working to travel beyond our solar system in the next 100 years. Oh, and in 1993, she guest starred on Star Trek: The Next Generation. Jemison has gone back and forth on this whole role model thing. She didn't really want to be the poster child for black female astronauts, but she did want young girls, and the old white men that would hire them someday, to see that your race or gender doesn't limit you.